Guten Tag guys, and welcome back to the next training session. Today is a fun session with heavy overhead pressing, heavy pull-ups, heavy push presses, and some other good stuff. Today I come to you not from the same day as the last 3 voiceovers, but the day afterwards. So I'm about 25 hours into my fast, so haven't eaten in literally almost on the dot a day. I'm gonna be eating afterwards and then go to the gym, but that's beside the point. So training, overhead presses, here you see pull-ups. At the moment I'm always, or not always, but mostly using straps for pull-ups because these bars are pretty thick. And I don't know, I just don't care about the grip strength at the moment, and it just makes the setup and all a bit more steady and sturdy. Here now we have overhead pressing. After the overhead press I do a slight dip, just because I want to get used to the power position of a real power jerk, because my power jerks are always very high, and so I thought I would incorporate a bit of dipping down in the narrow overhead position. At the moment I'm filming this, the last 2 training vlogs have gotten around 10 views, and the one before that with the snatch PR got 170. So 170 and then 13 and 9 views or something. So I think at this point it's pretty safe to say that I have indeed figured out the algorithm, and I'm now a view-getting magician. Honestly, I really don't know why sometimes I get over 100 views and sometimes not even 10. But yeah, whatever the case may be, let's just hope that at least some of you enjoy the content enough to keep watching. Now I say that with having in mind that the content I'm posting lately, or at least most of the content I'm posting lately, is kind of bare bones content with just training filmed and then me talking over it. But I thought that putting out content more often probably is better in general, and making this content is also really fun and not as time consuming. And to be honest, if I film my videos, cut them and do a voiceover, if I don't include the training times, the video doesn't even take me an hour. So it's absolutely fine if it doesn't get any views. But making a video that consumes, 10, 12, 15, maybe up to 30 or 40 hours on 1 or 2 videos and then not getting views just sucks really, really much. So now here we have pull up with 50 kilos. Might have seemed like I got it, but I didn't get it. So if I had a different camera angle, you would have clearly seen that I wasn't able to do it. And before that, I also had a 70 kilo overhead press, which I managed on the second time, which equals my PR. Though I have to say that when I did it the first time, or when I managed 70 the first time, I think it was a bit easier than here. And now moving on to push presses. I didn't go down all the way because push press and overhead press pretty similar when it comes to the shoulder joint, so you should be quite warmed up already. And here I still did pull-ups, but not to a max, but I think 3s with 20 kilos. But in terms of content, would really help me out a lot if you let me know if you like the more bare bones type of content with like these training vlogs where I basically just talk over some video footage, or if you enjoy the more edited ones, the more time intensive ones, maybe also the ones where there's a story or a storyline in the video and I'm not just talking, but there's a clear outline of where the video starts and where it's going. To be honest, I'm definitely more proud of the more longer videos, and just feels like a real accomplishment when you finish such a video, but it's just too time intensive. Here we have 90 kilo push press, which is a PR. And the last video I did a 88, but there I also did the power clean and then the push press. Here you see Lobi. The guy was doing some stability training with the ball, and Lobi thought he wanted to play. So the first 2 times when he threw the ball against the wall, Lobi just ran besides the wall because he thought he was throwing the ball through the wall, which is weird. Now moving on to some ring push-ups. Really enjoy these. They are really nice. Honestly, I'm not that big into push-ups because generally I don't do a lot of high sets in my training. Recently I've been doing some sets of 20 on the squats and enjoying some higher rep sets also, but nothing beyond 20 really. And once you get to a certain amount of muscularity, 20 push-ups is really not that much, and I really don't like doing upwards of 20 reps on anything, and especially on push-ups. Not that big a fan of push-ups, not because they're not a good exercise, because I just don't like them. And the ring push-ups, and especially with the feet a bit elevated, are really nice, because push-ups are a great exercise, so it's good that I do them, but these just allow me to do them in a rep range where they are challenging before I get to 20. So I think best I did was 15 or so, and sometimes I even do 10 and it's enough. And it's also a great core workout. I really didn't expect that, but after the first few times doing these to 12 or 15 reps, my abs were kind of sore, which I was not expecting, to be honest. I mean, I have neglected ab training in the last few months a bit. Usually I do quite a lot of ab training, not so much recently, but still I think my abs are fine when it comes to strength and stuff. Maybe a bit less than usual, but nevertheless, didn't expect them to give me ab soreness. And yeah, here we have face pulls. Great exercise for the whole shoulder girdle. Depending on how you do them, you can make it more of a rear delt or side delt movement, or more of a rotator cuff movement. Yeah, and now we're moving on to the fluff and puff stump. Fluff and puff? Puff and fluff? Whatever. Stuff. So here I just did, with the cable, one arm tricep extension and then one arm curls and so on and so on. I think that's about a 5-minute sequence sped up 2 times, where I just alternate between movements, so no real break in between, just setting up between stuff. Usually my arm training is planned out also, just like most of the training, but now that I'm kind of doing it on the spot, I thought let's just go ham a bit, go to failure, do another exercise, go to failure. And the thing is, if you do cable stuff, especially if you do one arm at a time, going to failure or almost to failure is really not that big a deal for your whole system. If you're going to failure on deadlifts, you're gonna be fucked. If you're going to failure on barbell curls, might also be a bit exhausting, but going to failure on a tricep overhead extension or a bicep one arm curl is, yeah, it's peanuts. Night peanuts, if you get the reference. So guys, I think that's pretty much all for today. I'm gonna be eating something now and then go to the gym. 25-hour fast was pretty easy as always. One thing with the fasting that is a bit weird is that I sort of feel my joints a bit like they're not really hurting, they're just a bit achy, which I usually don't have. But we'll discuss this in more depth in a fasting related video. So yeah, if you want, you can enjoy about another minute of me doing curls and extensions. Otherwise, I thank you very much for watching and have a good day.